Hello everyone, welcome back to Math 1351, more on math. Today we're going to talk about Chapter 10, Section 3, Displaying Data, Part 2, the homework assignment. Alright, let's look at the first question. The scales figure of for company are shown on the right in a line graph. Which month in 2008 had the lowest sales? Okay, so the red line's 2009, the blue line's 2008. Which month had the lowest sales? So since these are the number of sales, we look for the lowest. It's on month 3. So the answer is C, month 3. Number 2, the sales figure for a company are shown on the right in a line graph. Which month in 2009, that's the red graph, had the highest sales? Well, look for the highest sales. It's on month 12. Also C. Number 3, identify whether the given scatter plot shows a positive association, negative association, or no association. Well, if you look at this blob, we see that it's going up. It's going up, so that's positive. So it's positive association. Number 4, identify whether the given scatter plot shows a positive association, a negative association, or no association. Again, the majority of these dots seem to be going in a negative downward slope, so it's negative. Negative. Number 5. Determine the equation of the trend line shown in the scatter plot. Okay, since it doesn't give us any numbers, we just look at it. Remember, the trend line is the equation y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. This is the y-axis, that's the x-axis, as noted. So, let's look at this. Let's look at the y-intercept first. It's down here. So that's a negative number. So look at the b value, the constant numbers, and they have to be negative. That's negative. Okay, this one's positive. That can't be right. That one's positive. Can't be right. So it's between these two. Next, let's look at the slope. If it's a positive slope, it goes up. If it's a negative slope, it goes down. This is going up, so the slope is positive. So whatever's in front of the x is your slope. That's negative. That's positive, so D is the correct answer. Determine the equation of the trend line in this one. Okay, so again, this doesn't give us any numbers, so we do the same thing. Y equals mx plus b. Let's look at the y-intercept first. That's above the x-axis, so it's positive. So that number's positive, this number's positive, negative, negative, can't be right. Now look at the slope. Let's look at the slope. It's going down, so it's negative. So it's got to be A. It can't be, it's not, it doesn't say positive, so it's not going up, it's going down. The graph shows how the value of a car depreciates each year. This graph helps to find the trade-in value of a car for each of 5 years. The percent given in the graph are based on the selling price of the new car. Complete parts A through D. So let's look at the graph first. This is the number of years, and this is the percent selling price. So before you buy the car, it's worth 100%, the whole selling price. After 1 year, it depreciates to loses 70% of its value, so it's worth 70%. This is 70%. After 2 years, we're looking at approximately 55%. Because this is 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, so it's about 55%. After 3 years, we're looking at 40%. After 4 years, we're looking at 35%. And after 5 years, it's worth about 30%. Of the original price. So, what is the approximate trade-in value of a $12,000 car after 1 year? So, what we're looking for here is we're looking for 70% of 12,000. Remember, convert this and move decimal place, so it's 0.7 times 12,000. Okay, so it's 0.7 times 12,000. So it's going to be worth $8,400. How much has a $25,000 car depreciated after 5 years? Okay, depreciated is how much money did it lose. So we know what the start-off price is. Let's see what the price is now after 5 years. So we're looking for 5 years is 30%. So we're looking at 30% of a $25,000 car. Again, move the decimal place 2, so it's 0.3 times 25,000. That's going to be about 75,000. So 0.3 times 25, 7,500. So that's what the price of the car is now after 3 years, or after the number of years. It started off at 25,000. It's now worth 75,000. So it lost $17,500. So that's what it depreciated. What is the approximate trade-in value of a $20,000 car after 3 years? So after 3 years, you're 40%. So it's a $20,000 car, and it's 40% of $20,000 car. So it's 0.4 times 20,000. 0.4 times 20,000. This one is 8,000. So 3 years after you bought a $20,000 car, it's only worth 8,000. Amazing. Danny wants to trade in her car before it loses half its value. When should she do this? Okay, so here's 40, 45, 50. So 2 years. We should do that in 2 years. All right. Let's look at these. Last question. Consider an arithmetic sequence with first term of 4 and difference of 1. So you start off at 4, then either increase or decrease by 1. Because all it says was the difference is 1. Okay, but now since it's positive, this is a positive 4. If it was decreasing, it would be a negative 1. So it's a positive, so it's increasing by 1. So the first one, at year 1, it's 4. At year 2, it's 5. It's increasing by 1. So let's see. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. This, nope, that's not it. This one starts off way too far down. That's not it. This one goes down, wrong direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's D. Sketch the trend line. Choose the correct answer below. Okay, so this is our plot. There's our trend line. So it's A. Find the equation of the trend line. So since it's the y-intercept, if we drew further, it's at 3. This y-intercept is at 1. This one's negative. This one goes through the origin. This is plus 0. Doesn't go through plus 0, so it's this one. Or we could have, since we know at 1 it's 4, at 2 it's 5, we could have done this. First step, find the slope. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Right, since this is point 1, this is x1, that's y1. This is our second point, so that's x2, y2. So y2 is 5. y1 is 4. x2 is 2. x1 is 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So the slope is 1. And that's what the question says. It says the difference is 1. So we have our slope. Second part. Choose either point. I'm going to use 1, 4. And I know my slope. Plug into the equation y equals mx plus b. We have to find the y-intercept. Remember, this is the x, that's the y, and that's your m. So 4 equals 1. X is 1. So 4 equals 1 plus b. Subtract 1. So b is equal to 3. That's our y-intercept. Plug m and b into y equals mx plus b. We know that m is equal to 1 from up here, and we know that b is equal to 3. So y equals 1x plus 3. 1 times x is x. There's our equation. Either way, you could do it, both way work. All right, good luck everybody.